Goedemiddag allemaal, dames en heren. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I say a few words in Dutch first for the Dutch representatives and the Dutch people here present, and then I continue in English because we have a lot of English guests here around us. My name is Frans Ammerlaan of the Market Garden Foundation, and many years ago we raised this memorial. Today we have only a very small service, which is nearly not a service but just a wreath laying, because normally the Royal Air Force will be here with about 100 people attending, and the Dutch Air Force is with many more, but also with a considerable amount of people here. They are all not here, and that means also we don't have a bugler and we don't have a padre that normally will perform the act of remembrance. So I welcome you all here, and according to the rules at the moment for every commemoration we pay respect for the Dutch, for the royal, the Queen who passed away, and we have a minute silence and then we continue. So if I can have your silence please now. Thank you very much. We will continue now with the wreath laying, which will be started by a representative of the British Embassy, Ms. Honor Lewis.
Standard bearers, carry standards.
Could I invite Regimental Lieutenant Colonel Credden of the Parachute Regiment? Of the municipality of Brenkum, the representative Danielle van Bentum. Royal Dutch Air Force, represented by Sergeant Major Blaas, Sergeant van Vermeij and Sergeant Major de Vries.
Hier, groet. Inhouden. Dag. Niks. Op.
Dit is de Jury Brentjes op the Airborne Museum. Can I ask Mr. Roger Bates to lay the flowers for the Market Garden Foundation? Well, the Air Force is there. say a few words to you as we are all here together.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Una Lewis and I'm honoured to be here this afternoon representing the British Embassy in the Netherlands. Thank you very, very much for the invitation. It really is an honour. I've been living in the Netherlands for 2.5 years now, and I am constantly uncovering new ways in which our countries are linked, but I'm frequently really deeply moved by how connected the UK and the Netherlands' histories are, and humbled by the sacrifices made by British and other Allied armed forces in the Netherlands during the Second World War. We're here today, of course, to remember those who lost their lives in the events of 1944, and particularly the airmen who lost their lives. Many left their homes and their families and expected to make it home, and they did not. Their story resonates with me quite personally, as two of my grandmother's brothers, my great-uncles, were also airmen and served in the Second World War, and only one of them made it home. We are incredibly privileged today and very lucky to have two veterans with us. Welcome, thank you for making the journey, and it's just wonderful to see you here. Mr. Ray Whittle and Mr. Don Terrell, really welcome and thank you for coming. So this is to commemorate those men that served and some who sacrificed their lives so that we could live in peace and prosperity today. Their story is one of courage and heroism which will forever be etched into our country's shared histories, and their legacy inspires us to uphold our freedoms and our values today. Being here to remember fallen servicemen feels particularly poignant this year for me, given the passing last week of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Her late Majesty was of course part of the same war effort. She was of the same generation and served in the armed forces not only as its head, but as a second lieutenant in the Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service, training as a mechanic. The passing of this war generation makes it even more important to remember how they contributed to our lives today. Really, the importance of the next generation understanding their sacrifices cannot be underestimated. If I may offer some quick words of thanks to finish. Thank you to Frans and to Roger and everybody else who, I'm sorry I don't know everybody's names, but bringing us here together today. It really is a wonderful way to mark these incredible servicemen. And thank you for making sure we come together each year to do this, because you continue to keep their memory alive. Thank you.
Thank you all for attending here. We aimed to have a simple replaying. It turned out to be a great spectacle, as we normally have, but without the Royal Air Force, unfortunately. But thank you all for being here, and I wish you a very good day and hope it stays dry for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Tijdens operatie Market Garden werden natuurlijk alle parachutisten en gliders vervoerd door de Royal Air Force en andere vliegtuigen van de Amerikanen onder andere ook. Er zijn procentueel gezien de meeste slachtoffers gevallen bij de air crews. En er was nog geen eigen monument voor deze gesneuvelden, dus we hebben hier dit monument mogen oprichten. En sinds 2006 hebben we ieder jaar een mooie herdenking hier, om die mensen te herdenken. Normaal gesproken hebben wij hier ongeveer 100 militairen van de Royal Air Force. Die konden helaas niet komen, omdat zij in dienst zijn op het ogenblik bij de begrafenis van de koningin in Engeland. Zij hadden ook normaal gesproken een bugler bij zich en een padre die de dienst leidt. En nu was er dus eigenlijk niemand die dat kon doen. We hadden eigenlijk in gedachten een simpele kranslegging. En gelukkig kwam er iemand van de Britse ambassade die een prachtige speech hield, waar ik zeer verguld mee was.
Was dit voorbereid al, dat dit zou gebeuren?
Nee, dit was niet echt voorbereid. Het was echt een paar mensen met een krans leggen en voor de rest eigenlijk niets. Geen last post, helemaal niks. Maar het werd toch een prachtige bijeenkomst. Zeer goed bezocht ook door mensen, dus fantastisch. Ja.
Had u misschien toch een beetje zorgen van tevoren over deze herdenking, omdat er dus zo weinig mensen langs zouden komen?
Ja, het is natuurlijk een teleurstelling. Na 2 jaar COVID hadden we gehoopt op normale wijze te kunnen doorgaan met de herdenking zoals altijd. Met echt een flinke hoeveelheid mensen die erbij waren, van de militaire zijde bedoel ik. En ja, dat was dus nu helaas niet zo, maar toch een hele mooie herdenking nu.
En toen in de lucht nog een kleine verrassing.
Ja, tijdens het kransleggen waren we net klaar, kwamen er 2 hele grote Chinook helikopters over. Ik denk, nou, de Royal Air Force is toch aanwezig, dus dankjewel.
En 2 hele bijzondere gasten die ook aanwezig waren.
Ja, 1 Arnhem-veteraan, Ray Whittle, 103 jaar oud. En Don Terrell, een Normandië-veteraan. Maar zeer welkom, 2 mensen uit de Tweede Wereldoorlog die voor onze vrijheid gevochten hebben.
Wat doet dat met u dat zij langskomen bij deze herdenking?
Dit is kippenvel voor mij. Ik ken deze veteranen al heel lang. Ik ben betrokken bij de Taxi Charity, waar ik heel veel werk voor doe. Ik ken deze mensen door en door. Maar toch, ik kreeg kippenvel toen ik ze aan zag komen, want ze waren niet verwacht. En ze kwamen weer met die prachtige Londense taxis.